Double backflip. Oh wow, I wish I could do that. You bastard, you prick, you bastard. That's good. Oh my goodness. Oh, my heart rate just spiked. No, I'm ending the video here. Screw you.
Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing another reaction video, and this time I'm going to be reacting to Cop silences driver after Tesla exposes his lies by Wham Bam Tesla Cam. And I would like to see what happens. And also, you can subscribe to Wham Bam Tesla Cam and watch their videos. But if you want to, you don't have to. But yeah, getting started in
3, 2, 1.
Hard hitters, weak liars, brutal wrecks, and feel-good moments. It's all coming up on Wham Bam Tesla Cam.
Damn, Tesla Cam, I hope you're satisfied.
This submitter was taking her kids to school when disaster struck. A pickup driver ran his red light, squeezing between other vehicles.
oh no.
By the time our submitter saw the truck, it was too late for her to stop. All her airbags deployed, and after the dust had settled and she'd made sure her kids were okay, our submitter walked over to check on the pickup driver. When she asked if he was okay, he told her that he was. He then confirmed he'd been aware the light was red. He never asked if she was okay or apologized for causing the collision. After the pickup driver showed no concern for her safety or for breaking the law, she wasn't surprised by what he did next. She said that when the police arrived, he lied and claimed she'd caused the collision by speeding. Justice was served instantly when her submitter showed the police her Tesla Cam footage, making the collision investigation open and shut. That was far from the end of the drama, though. After she filed an insurance claim, she found out the pickup driver was uninsured. Her Tesla was totaled by the collision, and her own insurance provider paid for it under her uninsured motorist coverage. If you thought that was crazy, buckle up, because things don't get any better from here.
Of course!
Philip was on his way home from school when a Ford driver failed to yield before slamming into the side of his Model Y. Philip went to check on the occupants of the other car, discovering it was a young couple that had just picked up some smoothies to celebrate closing on the purchase of their first home. They'd actually been on their way there, and in his excitement, the driver had been distracted and hadn't realized that Philip didn't have a stop sign. A police officer happened to drive by the collision scene and stopped to render aid. Both the Ford and Philip's Tesla had to be towed away. Philip is now waiting for the results of the insurance claim. He told us he's 19 and this is his first Tesla. This was also his first collision. He bought his Tesla brand new in February of this year and he can't wait to get it back. If it's totaled, he plans to replace it with a Model S.
Okay.
Brian was headed downtown and was about to turn left toward his destination when his Tesla was suddenly sideswiped.
Yeah.
Brian pulled over after the impact, but the other driver fled the scene.
You're stupid!
Brian took off after him to make sure his license plate number was clearly recorded by his Tesla Cam, and he actually had a chance to confront him in the middle of traffic.
Okay.
The other driver put down his window and denied hitting Brian's Tesla before driving off. Sadly for him, Brian now had the collision on camera, as well as the perpetrator's face and license plate number. Brian called the police to report the collision, but they told him he'd need to come to a police station and make a report in person. Brian made his way to the police station to give them a copy of his Tesla Cam footage. Now we can only hope they use the clear video evidence to bring this hit-and-run offender to justice.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, another Honda right behind a Tesla. We all know what that means. Roll the jingle.
It's found.
Whoa, Whoa, wait a second. The Tesla was saved by a hero driving a pickup truck. Actually, the pickup driver just
You
ran
mean-
a red light before T-boning the Honda. At the time, Daniel didn't realize what had happened, so he continued. Only later, when he reviewed his Tesla cam footage, did he discover what had made the loud crunching noise behind him.
Yeah.
Steve had just picked up his kids from a train station when a Honda ended up behind his Tesla
Is-
Model S. Oh
Let me
man, this
guess.
is just painful. Where's a pickup truck when you need it?
Oh shit!
Well, there you have it, a confirmed Honda bump.
my
The two
God.
drivers inspected their cars, finding no visible damage. Steve took pictures and got the Honda driver's information just in case, before asking him not to rear-end them again. Steve
Okay.
told us his son Sydney is a huge fan of Bam Bam, and when the collision happened, he immediately shouted, "Honda bump."
Of course.
Steve was getting on a highway in Leeds when a Volkswagen driver behind him threw a wrench into the works.
What? Oh.
Steve glanced in his rearview mirror, unsure what had happened. Reviewing his Tesla cam footage later revealed the VW driver made a plethora of errors. While he was next to the truck, he sped up instead of slowing down, forcing himself to use the shoulder. When he decided to merge, he wasn't just in the trucker's blind spot, he actually pit maneuvered himself off the front of the truck before spinning across the entire highway. After slamming into the median barrier, he ricocheted back across every
What?
lane before ending up on the shoulder. Sheesh. Remember when we told you about a Tesla owner who helped us stop a bike thief a couple of weeks ago? Sadly,
Yeah?
no good deed goes unpunished, and he curb rashed one of his wheels in the process.
Oh.
Well, we've got a wholesome follow-up to that story. A guy named Sam reached out to us and said that if our submitter went to his repair
Hold on. Hello? On your last video, the bike thief video, the Tesla curb rashed his mag. I work at the carrossery auto prestige. Yeah. We would love to fix this wheel for free. If you have his info, tell him to call and ask for Sam. Okay.
shop, he'd fix the wheel for him for free. He didn't ask us to shout out his body shop, but we're going to anyway. He works for Carrossery Auto Prestige in Montreal, and they'll even do remote diagnostics for free.
Okay.
Nick was driving his
What
Tesla
was
when
that
he
sound?
noticed an oncoming SUV behaving erratically. The SUV crossed the grass median before taking down a road sign, and Nick was able to turn just in the nick of time to avoid a head-on collision.
Oh no.
The SUV then continued before colliding with another SUV that was just behind Nick. The driver of the black SUV said later she pulled as far as she could to the right, but she wasn't able to get out of the way of the other SUV, which had been traveling around 60 miles per hour at the time of the impact. Bystanders called first responders, and paramedics and firefighters arrived a few minutes later. Amazingly, neither driver was seriously hurt.
Okay.
Nick can't know for sure,
Okay.
but he suspects the driver of the out-of-control SUV might have blacked out before the wreck. The other driver's insurance provider later contacted
Okay.
Nick to request a copy of his Tesla cam footage, which he was happy to provide. We have to
Alright.
congratulate Nick for his quick thinking and driving skill. His awareness and decisive reaction kept him from being involved in this terrible collision.
Yeah.
This submitter heard a massive metal crunch behind him as he made a right turn. The driver of a truck had tried to change lanes in an intersection before plowing into another vehicle. That vehicle was shoved into the middle of the intersection before coming to a stop. Our submitter pulled over to see if anyone needed help, but after confirming nobody was seriously hurt, he continued.
Yeah.
This submitter was about to pass a semi-truck on a Texas highway when the trucker swerved into his lane. Our submitter briefly
my
lost
God.
control, striking the trailer before they regained control and slowed down. We've seen incidents like this before where it almost seems like the lane departure assist is fighting the driver, in this case while they were trying to avoid the semi-truck. That said, we can't say for sure if that's what happened, as this submitter hasn't responded to our attempts to contact them. In the end, it's obviously the trucker's fault.
Yeah.
Eyes on the road.
Yeah.
Kenny was sitting in heavy Brooklyn traffic when he noticed traffic in the exit lane was flowing. After signaling to merge,
wow.
he verified he had an opening in his side view mirror before beginning his lane change.
That's
The
not-
SUV driver ahead of him had the same idea though, forcing Kenny to hit the brakes to avoid getting sideswiped. That's when the driver of an Audi behind him rear-ended his Model 3.
Of course, of course.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt in the collision. The two drivers exchanged information and called 911, and firefighters responded to help move the Audi off the highway.
okay.
Kenny's Model 3 was still drivable. He made an insurance claim with the Audi driver's provider, but they would only accept 40% liability for the collision. When Kenny contacted his own insurance provider, they agreed that the Audi driver was fully responsible, and they told him they'd take care of it. The two insurance companies weren't able to arrive at an agreement, however. When the case went to arbitration, the final decision was not in Kenny's favor. He ended up paying his deductible to get his Tesla repaired, which took about a month. The full cost of the repairs was $15,000 US. He wants to know who you think was at fault in this scenario. My guess is that the arbitrator must have ruled in the Audi driver's favor on the basis that the Audi was already in the lane. But Kenny's video shows he would have also been fully in the lane and out of the way if he hadn't been avoiding a collision with the SUV.
Okay.
Our opinion is that Kenny did nothing wrong.
Of course.
But what do you think? Give us your expert opinion in the comments. George, who once again told us to pronounce his name like George, was slowing down for a school crossing up ahead when a construction worker in a utility truck wasn't paying attention.
That one.
Both drivers stopped to exchange information, but later that night, George recorded this bonus video. Wow,
Kangaroo.
what are the odds of capturing two
Kangaroo.
Wham Bam moments in one day? You might want to buy a lottery ticket, George. Richard sent us another rear-end collision, only this time it's the Honda getting rear-ended. When the turn lane got a green light, the driver of a
Whoa!
Ford pickup mistakenly started moving before slamming into the stationary Honda ahead of him. Richard told us he bought his brand new Tesla only a week ago, and he immediately honked to save the footage when he realized he'd already captured his first Wham Bam moment.
Okay,
He and his
okay.
wife watch all our videos together. Now that's couple goals.
Couple goals.
This submitter was on his way to trade his Model 3 in for a brand new Model Y when he took it to a car wash to get it cleaned up first. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly
The driver ahead of
go
him stopped
wrong?
right at the exit, and his Tesla was pushed into it by the conveyor belt. He told us he was laying on the horn, but the other driver probably couldn't hear him because of the blowers.
Right.
The car behind his Tesla was pushed into him as well, creating a car wash sandwich.
Oh my God.
His kids in the back seat were overjoyed, screaming, "We finally got a Wham Bam moment right before selling the car." Our submitter noted that he wasn't nearly as excited about the situation.
Yeah, I can see why.
Billy was driving past a closed highway lane when he realized the police had blocked it off after a pilot had made an emergency landing on the highway. We're happy to report that all the occupants of the plane survived what was probably a terrifying experience. That isn't the only emergency landing caught on Tesla Cam though. Hold on tight.
Oh, whoa.
Tim was driving down a highway when he suddenly encountered an airplane in the oncoming lanes.
Okay.
The pilot had made an emergency landing due to mechanical issues. Once again, nobody was injured.
Alright.
What are the odds of 2 emergency landing videos sent to us in 1 week? Both planes were red and white, too. Just like the subscribe button.
Okay. So, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also subscribe to Wham Bam Tesla Cam. And yeah, that's all I have to say really. So yeah, see you next time. And stay spooky this month.